Hey everybody, welcome back. This is part 2 of our marriage segment.
You gonna keep chewing gum while we like over here?
My breath stinks. I won't smack it. How about that?
Yeah, it's part 2. So of young and married, and talking about how we met. I'm gonna say talking about.
Yeah, Shonda.
So
You said time out.
All right. So anyway, so yeah, I think we left off at people talking about, us not getting married, and so we got married. But when I had initially proposed, our plan wasn't to get married until December, that year in December, which was going to be after I graduated, because I was going to take summer classes, fall, and then. But anyway, but instead of that, what ended up happening was we were that's what we were going to do, but we went ahead and got married like that summer. I think it was around my birthday. We had been talking or whatever, and I was like, I was just like so like hell bent on like, I will admit, like I was like telling her like, we should go on and get married now, and da 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 da, and then we can still have the wedding in December, and such and such and such and such. So anyway,
let me just interject for a second. I want you to put emphasis on how you did this, and I'm not blaming him because
I mean put emphasis. Hell bent is very emphasized.
You're right. My whole perspective on this whole thing is just totally different.
Mine is too.
Anyway, he was so like, I would say, let's just wait, and he'll say okay, and like 3 days.
It's true. It's true.
Like it's 3 days later, he'll come back and be like, "Let's just please."
And I don't know. It wasn't like.
I don't know what
I
was.
Can't really explain.
You know what? You need to be real. You need to be real. We about to tell the truth. We about to tell the truth.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell the truth because you ain't gonna do it.
Okay, tell the truth,
y'all. We grown. We're adults. What had happened was he was celibate. You forgot about that part.
I didn't forget about it. I just didn't say anything about it.
He was celibate for 3 years. I had been celibate for a few months. And
so I guess when we were dating, like we weren't,
we didn't plan on doing
anything at all.
But I think it was Thanksgiving holiday. And we drove. My car would always kind of like, it wasn't as good as his car, so we took his car back home, and we met each other's families, and everything went so well. And like
when we got back to the school, I don't know what happened. We got back to the school and we left.
We started like kissing.
Yeah, we were just kissing.
We were just like kissing, and like I don't know if y'all watch Medea, but Brown says kissing makes babies or something. But what I really like, what he meant by that, when you kiss, other things start happening.
Yeah, because it wasn't even. It was just kissing.
We were just kissing, and then it just got heated, and then like. We ended up. Now we did use protection. We went to. I think we stopped at Walmart, and he went and got some, protection, and we did use protection, but we slipped up big time, and I think that's where we messed up. Even we started off good. We started off strong, like I said in the previous video, he would come and get me. We would have devotionals. We would pray together. Like we started off good, but the enemy came in some kind of way, and we let him.
Even while we were dating, after that, I was like, after we Now that was like the first time, but then after that, it was just like
he couldn't get enough.
It was like 3
Be
years.
honest.
3 years.
He couldn't get enough of me.
3 years. So like anyway, I was introduced to sex very early. But what I'm saying is, so like growing up as a young black male, so when I became like when God saved me or whatever, I still had certain stuff that I was dealing with, but I was like, I wasn't like fooling around with nobody. You know, I was just kind of like, I didn't want to, I don't know. But anyway, after that, it was like, man, it was like, so anyway, at one point I even had, we had went to eat lunch or something at like the school diner, and I sat down where I was like, we can't do this no more. Like, I was like, we got, and like 2 days later, I mean, I said, we can't do this no more, or we're gonna have to break up or whatever.
But he would text me, and I was fine with that, you know, but he would text me and be like, can you, you know, we would get up early and just do it in the car.
Just drive to a remote location. During this time, we were going to wait till December to get married. This was like in June of 2007, May 2007. Like, I had proposed to her that February, I think. We had started dating in October of 2006. I proposed, I think in February or April, I can't remember. But after I proposed, so when I came home, I was going to take summer classes, but I didn't. So instead of taking summer classes, I came home. And y'all, when I came home, like, we was like going at it like almost, because we were like, she wasn't, when I was in school, she was at home because she didn't come back to school after, I think that, I can't remember if it was that.
It was a spring semester.
Spring semester. Yeah, so it was the spring semester of the following year that we had met. So I was like, so I guess I was just like so excited.
So we just basically slipped up. We just kept slipping up. And then once he did propose, my roommate was still there. She eventually left too, but she moved back to Arizona. So, but they were on the phone. They were at school together. So she was helping him with it. And I knew he was going to do it. My husband, when I say he has never surprised me.
But here's the
with
thing.
Anything.
Here's the thing.
Always know when he's doing
her friend would be like, so are you going to ask her? Are you going to ask? Like, because she wanted me to propose to her. Don't get this twisted. Like, we had conversations about it. And she would, and like, we would joke about it, like, before she left.
I mean, I didn't think he was going to do it. We were 20. I did not think he was going to do that. And then when my roommate kept calling me, because I started working for a law firm, I came back home. I was good. I had my car, was working, was making my own little money. So I had no problems. So me and my best friend were actually trying to get our own apartment. So I was fine. It was nice to know that a guy really liked me. And that's how I knew. A part of the reason I say I wasn't whole is because, you know what? It doesn't have anything to do with that. It's just nice to know that somebody is interested or they like you. And the thought of somebody proposing was nice. The thought of somebody wanting to marry me was nice and exciting. But I didn't think he was actually going to go with it. And he showed up at my grandparents' house. I think he was waiting on me to get home from work. He showed up at my grandparents' house in a tuxedo and flowers. But I already knew. Like, I just knew he was going to do it. He was in a wedding or something that day. So after the wedding was over, he came over. My mom, my cousins, my grandparents were there. Rest in peace, Papa. All of them were there. And everybody was so excited. But the thing about it is, I just didn't think he was going to do it. And I'll never forget, I was driving my grandparents home from Bible study after he had proposed. It was like a few weeks afterwards. And my grandfather was like, well, it's really nice that you proposed. I think Mel is a great guy, but you don't have to get married right now. Like, you can get married in 2 or 3 years. There are people who are engaged a long time. And I was fine with that because I knew he was the one for me. I really felt like, I don't know, I just felt like he was the one. At that time, he wasn't, he didn't complain about me. He loved my personality. We didn't really have any problems. So I didn't see anything wrong with waiting because we knew we wanted to be with each other, but he didn't want to wait. And because I was so insecure in myself, I wasn't good with making good decisions at that time. I just wasn't. I was 20. You know, you make mistakes. So I wasn't good at making good decisions. And I felt like I was going to lose this great guy. Like nobody else was going to love me. And that alone, I knew I wasn't supposed to get married. I knew it deep down in my heart. I knew I wanted to marry him. I knew we were going to get married, but I knew that wasn't the right time. But I did it because I felt like this great guy is going to, because I didn't want to marry him at that moment, he was going to find somebody else. And I was going to be by myself. And I was going to lose out on this guy. This great guy. Ciao.
So anyway, it's May, June, anyway. So we're like having sex almost every day.
Why did you have to, they heard you the first time.
And I was like, let's just go and get married. Like, let's just go and get married. We can get married now. And later on in the year, we can still have our wedding date. And I had told her, so I sat down with her granddad, talked to him about it. He was like, well, if y'all gonna do that, I'm not helping paying for the wedding. I'm not helping do whatever.
He said that? I don't remember this.
This was me and him sitting down talking.
And you didn't tell me?
I thought I did tell you this. He's like, if y'all do that, I'm not gonna help y'all pay for the wedding. Whatever, something he said. Yeah, he told me that. Rest in peace, Pop. But anyway.
Mind completely blown.
I thought I told you.
That's why we got problems now.
I thought I told you this. You probably don't remember. So anyway. So I'm getting ready to go back to school. We get married like 3 days after my birthday. I wanted to get married on my birthday. And I knew then, because it was like every time we would try to do something, it would be like something would get in the way. It would be like, I was like, we're going to get married on my birthday. We're going around, driving around, trying to find something for her to wear. When we go to the courthouse and all the different stuff, I'm trying to find me something. It was just like really, it was a mess. But anyway, but I really loved her. And I really wanted to be married to her. And it wasn't just about sex. But, I mean, I won't say that I didn't have a part to play in it. But, I really wanted to be married to her. And so anyway, so we got married 3 days after my birthday, and we go on like a little staycation, honeymoon or whatever. And
4 days after your birthday.
4 days. Oh yeah, that's right, because it's an even number. So, I'm getting ready to go back to school for the fall. Mind you, we're married this time. I'm at my grandparents' house. She's at her grandparents' house. And
like we got married, but we didn't move in with each other until like a month later.
Yeah. So. And
I'll never forget this moment. We packed up. He was working for this camp, and they let him use the van to pack up all of our stuff. We had bought because, like I said, I was working for this law firm. It was just me and him, so I was making decent money. And so we bought the couch. I got the couch and stuff. And my mom gave me my bedroom set. So we were basically, like, all the stuff, I had been buying stuff to help furnish the house and stuff. We had a 1-bedroom apartment where we were moving to. And so everything was, like, working out. I'll never forget this. My mom was like, you guys just get married, and then what she said? We will get married, and then she was like, we'll have the wedding in December. So she had put like $500 down on the whole. We were gonna have it at this hotel, this really nice hotel, because she knew somebody that worked there, and we just had to pay $500. And I think she put half of that down, so it was like $250. She might have put the $500 down because she was mad at me. After I tell y'all what happened.
Well, can I talk?
Yeah, because I don't forget.
So anyway, when we got married, I'm getting ready to go back to school, and there was I think at the time it was like a conversation between if you're going to stay, but I wanted you to go in. I wanted us to go in and move in together because I was like, we married. I don't want us to be apart.
You didn't want to be apart. Most people that get married, they don't even know. They still at their house with their mama and them.
Yeah, so
just doing the most.
So I was like, I was really, man, like, I was whipped.
I want you to get that same zeal back.
I was whipped.
Can you get that back?
I was whipped.
Can you get that back?
Anyway, it never left. You just be acting up. You switched up on me. Wow. I made your life miserable. All these events have led to her being stressed. So all of my impulsive decision making. I made a lot of impulsive decisions.
He's made a lot of impulsive. And you know what? He was like that before we dated. But like I said, sometimes you don't really count up the cost, and you don't think about what. But
I'm not making an excuse for any man that has made impulsive decisions. But when you don't have a model in front of you that shows you how to make wise decisions, even if I don't care how saved you are, I don't care how much you love the Lord, I don't care how much word and scripture you know, how much prophecy you can prophesy, I don't care. Whatever you can, how much you can, I don't care. If you don't have a role model or a figure to look to that says, okay, this is how they went through decision-making processes. Like, I don't even care if you go to school, how much knowledge you know. If you don't see somebody do it, it's kind of hard to like gauge. So I'm thinking like, oh, I'm saved. I have the right mentality. My heart is in the right place.
He will always God.
I'm thinking I'm making all the right decisions because my heart is in the right place. But anyway.
And you know what, honestly, now that you say that, I really believe his heart was in the right place when it came to certain decisions that he was making. But
we move, we drive down.
Oh, wait. This is what I was going to say. This moment,
when we prayed, when we got like, we got in a circle and we prayed. What we were talking about that?
At my folks' house.
Yeah.
Yeah, but my mom prayed with us. I think my grandfather, all them like prayed with us. We were standing outside in the driveway and they prayed with us. But this particular moment let me know what I was getting into. And I never thought about it until like a couple years ago. But I don't know, I'm kind of getting emotional thinking about it. But we had all this stuff in the van. All of this stuff. And my mom, we getting ready to drive off, and she says, wait a minute. She comes over to the passenger side where I was, and she grabs me and hugs me. She would not let me go. And she cried, and she cried, and she cried. But I asked her about this a couple weeks ago. I said, Mom, you doing all that? You should just said no. I don't understand. You should just said, don't get married. I'm not going to talk to you no more. Something. I don't know. But, I mean, she cried, and I knew then that, you know, being a mother now, I understand her heart. I understood, you know, why she was crying and things like that. So, yeah, I just wanted to say that.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, she saw all of the hell that would ensue.
It wasn't that bad, but we've been through a lot.
But so we moved in. You know, it's all good. My mom had went down there with us, I think, to move in. I think, did she? Because she was there when we had left the house. Man, we married. We just having all the... And I got to be careful because my daughter knows the room. But we was just... Man, it wasn't nothing to keep us from... But I had told her, I was like... And I knew then. I was like, babe, go ahead and go on and get on birth control. And she was like, okay, I'm going to go. So she waited like... See,
this is the problem we having in this society right now.
But it wasn't... But
it don't mean you just do what you want to do. I wasn't on it. So why would you do that? But I wasn't on anything. That makes no sense. So you're going to blame me.
I'm not blaming you. It was either I was strapped or just wasn't nothing going on.
Well, you should have been strapped. I'm just saying, like, don't blame me.
So
I should have been on something, but my thing is...
But you did take your time, though.
Okay. That doesn't mean you do what you feel like doing. You don't. You put on something, nothing's gonna happen. And I mean, there's a chance that it can, but you're safe from doing it.
But
it doesn't mean that you just do it.
You never said. You never said. No, you need to make sure that because I'm not on nothing.
I shouldn't have to.
And
it's common sense. You know what happens if you do that.
But it's just like I know what happens.
I'm done.
It's just like I know what happens.
I'm done. Because you're not gonna blame me.
Just like I know what, but it's your body. So
it's your body.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So you just letting me just.
And you just doing it.
Anyway, so moving on.
But God brought us together, and even now we still face challenges, but we're still here. You know, we have been through a separation, like 3 years into our marriage, and that's actually when we moved back to Atlanta. And we'll do different videos about different things to help encourage different married couples, different young couples, even while you're dating. If you want to hear more about our story, you know, we were joking and just putting it out there. But if you want to get more videos from us as far as us being married and just different things regarding married life, parenting, relationships, just in general, comment below. Let me know what you want to hear. Let me know what you want to see. And yeah, if he's willing to do it.
I'm game.
You game?
I'm game.
Now that we've gained a lot of knowledge, a lot of wisdom in this area, like I said, we still have challenges like any couple, but I do think that we can help in some areas. So if you want to hear more from us, just comment below. I enjoyed doing this video with you.
I'm glad I was able to do it. I enjoyed it as well. Need to eat something.
My stomach keep growling. But yeah, so thank you for watching, and I love you.
I love you too.
Sometime. Sometime.
I love you sometime.
I think I hear the baby.
I love you too.